It's a false dumpster diving.
Hey guys, it's Ronnie Hayes. This is my 1-year YouTube anniversary video. And I'm going to go over a couple things, just briefly, how I found out about dumpster diving for the first time, how I got involved in YouTube, what my very first video on YouTube was about, and how it relates to the video today. A good 16 years ago, me, my brother, and a couple friends were finding a parking lot so we can play paintball. At nighttime, maybe midnight, 1 in the morning, no one's around, and there was a shopping center being built. They had a Barnes & Noble's up, they had a Lowe's up, a couple restaurants, and they were in the process of building Dick's Sporting Goods, Bed Bath & Beyond, a Target, Best Buy, a whole line of stores. Now, I don't know how, who, why, somehow we got separated from what we were doing, or the idea of what we were doing, and we started getting a little curious, looking around, the trailers, the trucks, this, that, and the third, and we stumbled upon Barnes & Noble's dumpster that was loaded with magazines. Apparently what Barnes & Noble's did back then, maybe they still do it today, is they'll get a reimbursement for the magazines they don't sell by ripping off the covers, throwing away the meat of the magazine, and sending the covers back, I guess, to the company to get reimbursed for the ones that don't sell. So we found, guns and ammo magazines. There was paintball magazines. My favorite were the Kung Fu magazines. The workout magazines are pretty cool. I mean, there was a ton. And these are magazines you spent. Music was one of my favorites. These are magazines you spent $4.95 to sometimes $16 for some of the magazines that came with the discs on how to make beats and work with music and stuff like that. That was my very first introduction to dumpster diving, and that was, a long time ago. More recently, I was doing dumpster dive for scrap metals, which led to an incident where I found a Samsung Galaxy, like an iPod, a laptop which was missing the battery, and there was a number of electronics thrown out. And it was a dumpster that I was delivering a newspaper near, and I missed the house. It went down an alley. I just so happened to be curious, thinking back about dumpster dives. I just took a peek. I was right next to it, and I found a shitload of goodies on the very first dumpster. That got me back into dumpster diving retail stores, I should say. After I was dumpster diving a few months, I decided to check on YouTube. I was scrolling down. To my surprise, there was YouTube videos of people dumpster diving, and one of the more popular ones was Gamestop dumpster diving. So I decided to hit up the local Gamestop in the same shopping center that is now 2 times the size of it was when I first started going there dumpster diving like 16 years ago. And they didn't have a Gamestop then, but they do now. So this Gamestop, it was a long stretch of stores, and it shared 4 or 5 different dumpsters. I took a couple weeks. I had to find out where the Gamestop dumpster was in this whole stretch. For the first month, 2 months, it seemed like a total waste. I gave up on Gamestop dumpster diving, and I found a Best Buy that was remodeling, and it brought in an open dumpster, an open top dumpster, because usually Best Buy, Walmart, Target, they have compactors, so you can't dive in those. At this Best Buy where they were remodeling, I made a killing. When the Best Buy started drying up and other places were drying up, just by chance or luck or whatever, I had checked the GameStop on the way out of the shopping center, and I hit a score that was huge. Ever since that day, I knew what GameStop dumpster it was. I knew where it was located, around what time, what days they throw out things, and since that point on, I was hitting GameStop. One day I was shopping at the shopping center, and I was leaving, and I took a peek inside the dumpster, and I was able to take these photographs that I'm going to try to put in here, and they are of the display that you saw in my very first video. I mean, this just stood out as a collector's dream, you know what I mean? Now you can think back, and it's really just a swivel display pegboard, you know what I'm saying? As long as you can find the end cap posters that match video game ads. Anyhow, when I first saw it, the whole idea was for YouTube to get this. This is a piece that I must get to show that I got this from dumpster diving. This is a retail rescue, so to speak. And me personally, I still think it's one of the coolest pieces in the game room. Now I had the rest of that day, which was a few hours, and then I had my newspaper job at nighttime, which was 1:30 in the morning to 6:30 in the morning. I took a break at a certain point to run up to Walmart where I got rope. So at 6:30 I ran up to the GameStop. I hopped in a dumpster. I put the display rack, which I thought was going to be heavy as a bitch. I really did not think I was going to get away with this because I figured it would be too heavy. So I popped it on the edge of the dumpster and I pushed it up, and I just let the weight of it sit on the dumpster, and I just lowered it down to the concrete. Smooth, easy. I mean, it went without a hitch. And there was a lot of vehicles coming and going. There was people starting to pull into the different stores. I get this thing out of the dumpster, and I just lift it up and heave it on top of my car, and I take the rope, I open the driver's side door so I don't rope myself out of the car. I've done that before. So I tie this sucker with a rope. Now, I was never in Boy Scouts, so the rope actually didn't end up holding, the knots I should say, because when I pull out of there, start getting a mile down the street, damn thing started coming loose. So I got this thing coming loose. I see 2 or 3 cops go by me. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. But they had been going to a different call because they didn't even really look over my direction. I got this on top of the car. The knots are coming undone. This sucker's starting to shake. The back of it's starting to fishtail because it's so long. The ropes are now loose. I'm trying, one hand I'm trying to yank on the rope and I'm tying it around my arm. I'm driving, then I'm trying to grab the thing and I'm trying to pull the rope down and then whatever. And I even at one point pulled out the camera and tried videotaping it, and I recorded upside down. Mega haul strapped to the roof of my car with some $8 cord I bought at Walmart on the way here. It was just an absolute mess. Running into the cop who I ran into. Oh, it's sliding. I finally get it down into the alley in my girlfriend's parents' house because that was the closest to the store. Okay, we are at the safe zone. This is how it went down with it. My hands are trembling because my muscles are shot from holding that damn thing on, because the ropes started losing the ropes and I had no braces, so I had no ropes going down. I was holding this damn thing just with my arms. I stayed at my girlfriend's parents for a few days until I took it to the storage unit, and then from there it came to where I moved at now. You know, dumpster divers, like, we get this a good, fun, competitive edge to find that find, to show it off, but not in a dick way. You know what I mean? Because I know some people, especially towards gaming, and you guys know, you get those people out there who are like, man, look at this. I found, you know, the rarest gaming thing for $5. You know, my gaming collection is better than yours or whatever. I don't even know why that makes people feel good, but there's a difference between showing something off in a friendly manner and being like, look, this made me happy, finding this for a great price. Same thing with dumpster diving. Yo, this made me happy. I found this, you know what I mean? I got it home. It's in my collection, or I was able to sell it to make a few dollars. Whatever it is, that's the shit that that just gets you excited, get you hyped. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, your whole world, but at least it's a little bit of something to put a smile on your face. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I'll show you guys what I got. And this is the 1-year anniversary from when I did that teaser video. I had a blanket I put on it, and I wanted to do something. That's not your normal video, especially for a first video. This was just a teaser, and I don't talk about it ever since then. It's been a whole year. I put a sheet over the display, and then I pulled it down. It's a 14-second clip. I didn't even go into details on what it was, how exactly I got it, where exactly I got it from. Unfortunately, like 9 months later, maybe like 4 months ago, a few people on YouTube already started finding this, and they were putting it out there. So I was trying to keep this for the year anniversary, hoping I would be the only one to find it in a dumpster dive, but I wasn't. You know, I just had to wait till the year anniversary and put that out. I think it's cool having the little teaser on June 10th, 2013, and then having this video on June 10th, 2014. I thought it was cool. Here you guys go. This is the swivel display rack found at Gamestop in Pennsylvania. I'll try to regulate the light as best I can. On top of the triangle Gamestop display rack, I decided to put a twisted metal van. I absolutely love this display, and you guys know I am a sucker for displays. That's one of the main reasons why I hit video game stores, especially GameStop. And I love, even if they just threw out displays, no games, controllers, I love them. Like this twisted metal, love that growing up. And In the Hustle sent me that, so check out his channel. Here's one of the Awesome finds I found at Gamestop. This is the Call of Duty drone, and it remote control. I have the remote down here on a rack. Sam Fasumanu sent me the turtles. My daughter and I absolutely love the turtles. These are the kind of turtle toys they had when I was growing up from the 90s, and then there's from today. My daughter has plenty of them, so those are backups, I guess. Strategy guides down here on the racks. Up here is a Walking Dead for the keychains that came from Walmart. This is one of my favorite Nintendo finds. It is a memo pad. It's got Mario, Yoshi, Luigi, and Princess Peach. I've never seen one of those before. Found that dumpster diving as well. And then going, and these are the things I was talking about. Those are the poster ads that go on each end cap. Here's a little Ninja Turtle. My daughter has one she opened. We just kept that one unopened. It came free with the video game. What is that? That's a toy I had growing up. I found that in a flea market. I thought maybe I'd get it, hang on to it if I ever have a son or something. I bought it sheerly out of nostalgia. You know, it was sitting down in a crap pile of crap. And instead of sitting there, I said, you know what, I'm grabbing it. It just made me feel my childhood. So I found that at a thrift store. I was just going to resell it, $2.99 for that, something like that. Dumpster dive finds. That came from dumpster diving. Some more strategy guides. See this thing? See how awesome that is? And look at how awesome is that? A 3D display. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's all the sides, all three. Here's a little Dexter guy. There's some Nintendo stuff. Dumpster dive finds. That was found at TJ Maxx, that Mario Kart. Here's some of the strategy guides. This is my personal collection with the Tomb Raiders. I don't want anyone hit me up saying, hey, you said you didn't have no more Tomb Raiders. This is my personal shit. I love how that turns, though.